Hello guys, it's Michaela. Welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you're not. Since it is December, I thought what better video than this. If you were like me, your first year of college and you struggled with your finals, then continue watching this video because I'm going to be giving you a few tips and tricks on how to pass those with ease. Tip number 1. For my first tip, it would be to make a finals plan. You should have every single final you have on a calendar. Just every single time you have a final, it should be on your calendar, whatever final, whatever time it is. Basically, you will write down each class, the exam date. You will rank classes by difficulty. Tying into that, for each exam, you should know how many hours you're going to be needing to make sure you get a good grade. You're gonna break those hours down into the number of days left until you have your final. And then obviously, as I said before, you're gonna add everything to the calendar so you know each and every step that you have to take to pass your final. What this will do, it will just help you with last minute stress. You won't have to be worried. You won't be thinking, like, which test do I have to take next? What do I have to study? You will already know because everything will be on your calendar. Tip number 2. For my second tip, I learned this recently actually. It will be to study in 30 to 45 minute blocks. This is because your brain loses focus after 45 minutes. So if you're studying for legit 2 straight hours, half of the stuff you study, you're not gonna really remember all that well. This works because during short bursts, your brain is more alerted and active. Once you take that break, your brain gets more energy and thus you're gonna be able to learn more and keep more stuff in your brain. This also helps you because it will reduce burnout. That way you won't be feeling tired or really down after you just finished studying. The pattern I would say to do is 40 minutes of studying and then a 10-minute break where you get a snack or you just walk around, and then you could do that for like 2 to 3 hours and you will get really good study time in. Tip number 3. My third tip will be to prioritize the weakest units that you have. I wouldn't suggest studying what you just learned last week. If your final is cumulative, then you should be studying what you learned in the beginning of the year first, because that is what you're gonna know the least. You're gonna remember less information from that topic. If you save the difficult chapters for last, you're gonna be burnt out of energy by then, and you're probably not gonna learn as much as you could if you did it in the beginning. If you took notes throughout the whole semester, or if your teacher gives you slides, then you should be going through those slides and circling every topic that you have the most trouble with, and that's what you're going to be studying first. Whatever you know most, your strong chapters, you're going to leave that for the end because those only need like a little glance over or a little refreshment because you already know those. Tip number 4. Use active recall and don't just reread. Sometimes when you're just sitting there reading slides or rereading whatever your teacher has told you to write down, it feels productive, but you're not actually learning anything. You could literally sit there reading a slide for 30 minutes and then you close your book and then you don't remember a single thing that you just read on the slides. Examples of active recall are reading a paragraph, closing your notes, and saying what you just learned out loud, making sure that you know every single thing that you just read. Me personally, I use ChatGPT and I'll have ChatGPT make me flashcards. Basically what that does is they ask you questions in 10 bursts and you write in the chat your answers for each question. You press enter and it'll show you what questions you got wrong and what questions you got right. Another active recall method is writing everything from memory and then looking back in your slides to see what you missed and studying those things. The reason active recall is so good is because it strengthens your long-term memory, which is what you're going to be using to take an exam. Tip number 5. Another good use for ChatGPT is taking old exam questions or practice exams, putting them in ChatGPT and saying, hey, can you format practice questions like this so that I can practice this topic? ChatGPT will give you 20 question exams, quizzes, 30 questions, 50 questions, and you'll do all of those and you see which ones you got right. This trains your brain to learn the topic the way that the test is gonna have it. You'll also learn the patterns that your teacher have when they're writing exam questions. Tip number 6. Create a cheat sheet. Even if you can't use these during the test, they are still very helpful, especially for just glancing over right before the exam starts. Also, your brain memorizes more organized information rather than scattered notes, so if everything is color-coded and written correctly, your brain is gonna go pink, second page, and it's literally gonna fall into your lap and you're gonna easily know that definition or formula. Tip number 7. Go to sleep on time. If you're only getting 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, even 5 hours of sleep, that's not enough, especially the night before an exam. I'm telling you now, doing an all-nighter and cramming is not the solution. Just plan and study earlier. That way you get a good night's rest and you have a lot of energy when you're taking the test. When you sleep, your brain processes and recognizes information and it stores it away. So the more time you sleep, the more information it's going to store away. Also, REM sleep strengthens memory connections. So if you sleep for longer, you're going to go into that REM stage, which means you're going to have more memories of your notes and things like that. Lack of sleep induces stress. So less hours of sleep, you're going to be tired, you're going to have less energy, and you're going to make simple mistakes. If you're sitting there half asleep rereading the same question over and over and over again, that's not going to help you. Just go to bed and study more tomorrow. Tip number 8. Creating a strong study environment. Your environment affects your motivation more than your willpower does. So even if you have the willpower to study, if your environment is cluttered and messy, you're probably not going to want to study. Me personally, I do not like studying at home because I look at my bed and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to scroll on TikTok for 2 hours. Or I easily get distracted by doing something else. I'll sit here in a chair and I'll want to study, and then somehow I've been on my phone for 3 hours and I haven't done a single thing that I was supposed to do. So I like studying at school, because when I'm at school, I feel like I have no choice but to do schoolwork, because it's like, if I'm sitting there at school scrolling on my phone, then I might as well go home. If you like studying at home, I would suggest cleaning your desk because clutter induces stress. Have only on the desk what you need to study and not anything else that will be a distraction to you. Use background noise if it helps, so like listening to music, lo-fi, instrumentals. Don't listen to stuff with words in it because that's gonna distract you, trust me. Please put that phone, iPad, whatever, on do not disturb. Put it in another room. Just take it away from your environment. I like to use my iPad to write notes, so I do not have any social media apps on my iPad. Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. I don't have that on my iPad because if a notification pops up, I'm gonna click it and then I'm gonna be messaging and on Instagram, on TikTok for the next hour, and then I just wasted valuable study time. A focused environment equals a focused mind. Tip number 9. Make sure you are eating and drinking properly. Your brain needs fuel to perform well, so if you're running on a cookie and an energy drink, you're probably gonna be dying. The best study foods are nuts like almonds and walnuts, blueberries because they boost memory, dark chocolate because it improves focus, water because honestly you just need water to survive, and if you're dehydrated then that's just bad in general, and protein because it keeps you full and energized. If you're just having sugary snacks, you're probably gonna crash later, and I like to call it a food coma. If you eat a whole big plate of nice food, you're probably gonna get sleepy, and then you're not going to study as well. And my last and final tip number 10. Taking care of your body. Movement keeps your energy and focus really, really high. So things like exercise, it increases the blood flow, and your blood flow is obviously going to your brain, which will help you remember stuff more. It also releases endorphins, which reduces anxiety. It prevents something called study fatigue, which is when you read and you don't actually retain any information. How I would say to use this, like with your study blocks, if you have 10 minutes, I would say to stretch. If you're not hungry, you can use this with your study blocks. So if you're done with your 45 minutes and you're doing 10 or 15 minutes, I would say to stretch, do a light little jog, a little walk, so that it boosts your energy, and schedule a real workout every 2 to 3 days during those few weeks of finals. So this was just a short video of tips for finals. I hope that this helped you, because I struggled with finals my first year of college and I was literally dying because the jump from high school to college is like literally crazy. Nobody tells you about it. But I hope this helps you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on all post notifications so you know when I post a new video. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok so you know more about my life. I'm drawing something new today.
Oh.
She gave Riley my other Kinder Joy.
Because
this girl is so nosy.
Why would you go to Walgreens and you know
I didn't
Riley
go to
like
Walgreens
that, and you would not get her one as a big
I didn't
sister?
know she liked it. I
As
was
a
just like,
big
ooh,
sister.
Kinder Joys, and then I picked them up.
I would have been like, let me get one for Rod too.
Look, it has a toy. I don't care about that. I care about the chocolate.
Let me see
chocolate. Chocolate.
Good afternoon, sir. Could we interest you in some chocolate?
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir. With or without nuts.
Chocolate? Chocolate! 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 Chocolate!
Can I see it?
Chocolate?
Michaela, I will bust you with this hot
chocolate.
coffee.
Oh, are you making me some hot chocolate?
That little bit of chocolate.
It's like a little Ferrero Rocher. I don't want some
Okay,
more.
let me taste it. Let me see.
Wait, do I bend it? Oh, I bend it.
No, you don't bend it. You just scoop it.
Yeah, but you bend it a little bit so it becomes a spoon.
Yeah, but okay.
Ugh.